got to start
This
over.
Friday afternoon, September the 23rd, we are in Kinsale, Ireland. We are in the Templemore Arms Hotel. We will spend the night here. Church over there. But not the parish that the Morkins belonged to in 1800s.
Okay, what am I doing here?
The Morkin Grocers in Templemore.
I wonder why Tom didn't talk about whether this guy was related, because as many as the ways that Morkin spelled.
We are looking for Eleanor Margaret Morkin, the original farm. As you can see, the roads aren't very wide.
1.5 miles
Doesn't
to
get any
destination
narrower than
on
us.
right.
1.5 miles to your destination, Borrisnoe.
That's it.
And the two Cosgriff ladies that Switzer met in the early 90s when he was here have both passed away, and the son is a vet in Ross Cree, and he farms the land now but lives in Ross Cree, so whether he would be out here today or not, I don't know. But we're going to the photographs that Tom Switzer took. This is the area. He wasn't standing at this gate, he was standing at that gate up there, and that would be Morkin's meadow. And I'm wondering if those that whole ruined area out there, that wasn't the houses that people lived in.
And that's Devil's Bit.
Yeah, it is Devil's Bit. What a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's really nice. This is Dennis and Marilyn's grandmother. It's a Dye family's mother's place. Helen and George and Raymond and Don and my dad and Paul and Betty and Louise and Helen. Hope I didn't leave anybody out. And so I have collected my packet of dirt, got some ivy, and collected a stone off of the wall.
And you got cow dung in your shoes.
Okay, this is a road to the two Cosgrove sisters' home that Schweitzer had taken a picture of out in front of their house. They're both deceased now, and the road's closed. So now we cross the fence, the gate, and now we're heading up the path. And we are getting close to the houses. And here we are. There's the blue house that he took the sister's picture in front of, and they said just across the road was the Morkin place. So, and then the field that we photographed earlier is just across the road to my left. And Ellie's going to read a passage out of the cousin that was here in 96? 93.
Reckoning put me just near the center of the village. I finally passed a larger house which looked inhabited, but momentum and intuition carried me just a little further to the front of a more charming house. The curtains and flowers in the windows were encouraging signs. Oh, thank you. Woo! I parked, entered the sun porch, and knocked. And that's where he met Ellen and Christine Cosgrove. Ellen's grandmother was Ellen Morkin, sister to Maggie Morkin. I'm done.
No, you're okay.
As I read aloud the Griffiths evaluation names, 22 families living in Borrisnoe then had only 2 houses inhabited today. Ellie's cousin, Dan Cosgriff, lived diagonally across the road. Being widowed, he would come each day for his noon meal with the girls. Next, Ellie and I went for a walk while Christy fixed tea. The Greeds lived there, she said as she pointed out. And as we rounded the corner and spied 2 cows in front of a long abandoned dwelling, that's where the Mullallies live. We then went through a gate across a field. We call that Morkin's Haggard, pointing to a smallish area outlined by trees and shrubs. And that's Morkin Meadow, pointing to the next field.
Well, if this isn't a Morkin place, we're right here.
Oh, honey, we're standing on the ground of your grandparents.
That's right. I know we are.
This is it.
The homestead, not the meadow that we saw yesterday, but this is the actual.
Yeah.
This is the actual homestead.
You had to keep searching. And the other thing about is Eleanor Morkin never saw this.
Right, she did not.
William did, her dad did, but she didn't.
She didn't. She was born in the States.
Yeah.
There goes our guide.
Isn't she something else? Parish books from Borrisnoe. And we're locked in the room.
We're locked in the room. We
Ellie's
can't leave them
gone.
without them.
Ellie loves this stuff. This. Can you believe this? They're giving us these. This is the baptismal book. Get your name written in the big book.
So we're going to try to verify a few dates here of the Morkin clan. Clear up a couple questionable things in the book.
Oh my God, look at this. Patrons of the chapels. Oh, this must be. Yeah, this is exactly the same book that Tom was in. This is what he writes in his letter. That this patrons of the chapel and Knock, St. Patrick, Corrigan, St. Thomas the Apostle, Borrisnoe and Clonacany, St. Mary of the Assumption, and the Reverend Coonan, and he died, and da-da-da-da. These must be the priests. And this is the Reverend here, okay.
It's an
And
old
this
book.
is, oh yeah, what a beauty. I can't believe that they let us touch these. Borrisnoe and Corbally.
Looking through the telephoto on the camera, it's D-U-C-I-E.
D-U-C-I-E?
Mm-hmm. A-N-N-E.
Oh wow, you're doing that very well.
John, there's the 14th.
Yeah.
Let me go up here and get the date of the page. There it is, 1841.
So these are the ones who are your grandparents. August 23rd, 1842, John Morkin, M-O-R-C-A-N, and Margaret, M-A-R-G-A-R-E-T-R-I-T, Tyranny, T-I-E-R-N-E-Y. Right?
Yes, this is the Monsignor
Dooley.
Monsignor Dulick's house. We spent an hour with him going through all of his old books.
And he would like to
And he would have kept us all night.
and if you ever want to see a place where hoarding is going on, that's